Scott Narver, today we're going to talk all about face-painted wrestlers.
Jake Lloyd Bacon, if you were a wrestler and you painted your face, what would your wrestling face paint be?
Oh, man, that's such a good question. I feel like it would be like an animal of some sort, something really scary. I'd have like a panther. Yeah, I'd paint like a panther face with like little whiskers, and that way people knew that I was like a predator, so that they knew I was a predator. What would your face paint be?
I get something way cooler than that. I'd paint my face with the Great Muta.
What do you mean?
The wrestler, the Great Muta. I'd have him painted on my face with his face paint.
His whole body?
His whole body.
I mean, it's kind of cute.
Yeah, and intimidating.
The Hitman rating system. Wrestlers with face paint today on Pro Wrestling Palskis. Hey, Scott Narver.
Hey, Jake Lloyd Bacon.
Hello to everybody joining us for another Pro Wrestling Palskis. Thanks for tuning in. It's a hot day here at the Dragon's Den, and so I got the window open. Usually I do this for the live stream for the viewers. See how much nicer that looks? No, I can't. It's too hot. I need this open. I need to get all that air from outside. So apologize for my part of the stream looking like poop, but that's what you got to do.
Hey. Everything's cool down here, baby.
Everything is cool by Scott. Everything is also cool in the super exclusive patron-only live stream. Thanks for checking us out and joining us there. Tim Bemis, it looks like Lucas has changed his username, at least on the YouTubes, to, oh my fucking God, it's Lucas. I like that he's excited by his own presence.
Well, who knows how many accounts he went through, you know?
In fairness, it does just say OMFG, it's Lucas. So maybe that's not the acronym. Maybe it stands for something else.
Oh, God, it's Lucas.
So it still stands for God, but the rest of it is just the word oomph.
Yeah. Praise be to he.
Only mighty foreign gusts. It's Lucas.
Sure. Could be that too. I never saw that ROH tag team, but I'm sure they're great.
This is great. He says it's literally been the same the whole time. I'm just happy you didn't call me Matt. Whatever, Matt. I believe it when I say it, Matt. I don't believe it. I think he used to say something different. And anyways,
there you go. Memory of a steel trap, this guy.
Yeah. Before we get on with the events of the day, we do have to acknowledge current PWP champ, Andrea Beeler, the most winningest champ of all time.
Yeah.
Andrea defends that title today in the Championship Palski Battle Royal at the end of the program to see who is our March champ.
Suck on that, Elimination Chamber. We're not using you.
Do you think there's a chance that, what's his name? Danhausen, that he can become PWP champ?
We don't want our champs booed around here. Thank you very much.
I saw on the social media that he debuted. He came out of a box.
He came out of a box out of a box.
There was a box in a box, and he came out of that box?
You said you saw it.
A Russian nesting doll. I only saw him walking out. I did not acknowledge that there were two boxes present. That's all I saw.
Well, all right, guy who didn't want to talk about modern wrestling. Here we go.
I can mention a thing that I saw. I just want to have a normal human experience with you.
Just saying, like, you open up this Pandora's box, which is inside of the box, which is also inside of the coffin. So when you debut a Danhausen, I think the best idea, first off, would be don't show a coffin to a WWE audience, especially when a week or two prior you had Undertaker's dong hit. And
what did it hit? You shouldn't be whipping that thing around.
You should. That's how people know. It's when that dong hits you, he's coming. That he came out and it seemed like he was going to be challenging AJ Styles right after AJ Styles had retired for WrestleMania, but you're setting the expectation of like Undertaker was out. And then again, a coffin is synonymous with the Undertaker, and it's WrestleMania season, and it's not good, and it's not being booked well. The matches are unclear. People are hurt left and right. And you go, hey, inside this is great. There's a coffin. Wait, are we gonna?
Right.
And for an audience that doesn't know Danhausen,
by the way, before you go on, I just want to say it took me way too long to catch on to what the implication was that you were getting at.
Really, when I mentioned Undertaker,
because coffin? I thought not that he would be coming back to wrestle something, but just that like there's something. Anyways, continue.
Like use any other object with Danhausen that wouldn't be a coffin. When he's also sight unseen to this crowd.
Right. You can create a whole new shtick for him. Maybe he walks out of large briefcases. We don't know. And
they did. They had Danhausen dancing gals. Like, all right.
Some Galhausens.
So somebody called Danhausen's dancing mama that there was a bunch of dancing gals, and then he showed up. But the fan footage is pretty fucking hilarious because it all ends and then just boo.
That I did not see. I only saw the entrance part.
In Chicago, a pretty fucking savvy hip crowd that has also had plenty of AEW shows in their town,
right?
With a CM Punk, so it's not like they're not totally unaware, but they just went no.
Is this an instance where they're not booing Danhausen? They're booing that it wasn't somebody else. Is it that sort of situation where it's like when Batista won that Rumble that everybody wanted Daniel Bryan to win, and so they were booing, but it's like, yeah, we're not booing because of you, Batista. Well, you're fine, but we just didn't want it to be you. We wanted it to be somebody else.
No, because they didn't boo during it.
Got it.
Like
they waited till it was quiet.
He comes out, dancers, and then it's like, oh, boo, boo, and then it's raining over what's going on. It's
about that.
Oh, okay. What is this? What is this? Oh,
well,
boo.
Well,
Triple H on the pulse of something.
The one thing that you can say about Danhausen is that he sure has face paint,
and he's sure getting paid too.
Yeah. It has been
newest AAA champion. Everybody. That's where he's going.
It's been maybe. I don't know how time works. 4 months, 5 months since we've done a Hitman rating system episode.
Whoa.
We're long overdue to judge folks harshly. And so not in honor of Danhausen, completely and totally coincidentally, let's rate some wrestlers with face paint, Scott.
All right. Explain the Hitman rating system for any of our new listeners.
Oh my
including
goodness.
Possibly Danhausen.
Do we have new listeners? So Hitman did that podcast. Is it Inside the Ropes? Is that whatever the show podcast live event thing?
Yep.
Is that what it's called? Years ago. And he talked about his thought process that every wrestler can be judged on the exact same scale. And that is a 0 to 30 rating that makes up 3 categories. One is your look, one is your promo, and one is your wrestling. And each one of those on a basis of 0 to 10 will give you your 0 out of 30 rating. And that should be how you can judge all wrestlers. And so Scott and I went, we agree. Let's do it.
Whole hog on it.
And we're still doing our remote recordings. So I don't know the best way to share our little screen. I guess I could always just do this. Wait, if I just drag this over to the screen. Oh no, that doesn't work. I'm going to try to figure out a way to like show the live stream, the thing. Whoops, now they're just seeing my desktop. I'm doing a great job here. What if I do this?
We really need a producer for the show.
I know. Well, yeah, I guess I could do this. Maybe. No, your face is cut off. Never mind. We're just going to talk through it. There's not going to be a visual element to the show. I apologize.
First try.
Live stream. Nailed it. Anyways, we've been doing this for a while. We've got, I don't know, 45 names on the list already, and I've got them all organized. So it's fun to see who, lines up with who. And also it's interesting to see like where two people get placed next to each other because of like one thing that they're really good at, one thing they're really bad at. And then you don't compare the two. as being equal in rating, but you go, all right, that's how the law of averages works.
Some days, some of us are generous, some of us are a little snarly, and we'll see what has today has in store.
Speaking of what today has in store, I don't know that we've ever been consistent in our rules for this little game that we play, and it's fine because nobody cares.
Ricochet way too high scores.
I meant more so that today we're talking about wrestlers with face paint. There are some wrestlers who didn't always have face paint.
No, they were born without it.
And so, because face paint is a choice, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
The question is are we judging a person solely on a version of themselves with said face paint, if that applies, or are we just going to take it on a per person basis?
I mean, my list consists of is basically like this person is known for face paint.
Great. Alrighty.
So if you have otherwise, we can deal with it as we deal with it.
I'll start it off then. He made the news of the wrestling world recently by pretty much saying, fuck no, not going back to WWE. They were great, but I'm done with that place. Let's talk about Goldust. Obviously.
He said that?
Yeah. Somebody said something about, do this, go back to WWE. And he just responded wholeheartedly. It was like, no, I would rather be here. I love the work I'm doing here. Why would I want to be there making no money and not working? And he kind of just said, with no uncertain terms that he's done with WWE. We'll see what happens when they offer him some more money to come do a Legends deal one day. But anyways,
I believe those are dead, man. It's now a nostalgia deal.
Oh,
so it's
they've made it even shittier sounding.
Everything is less. So I think he's probably pretty well right.
So Goldust was around for a long time,
yes,
and had a few different looks. And so I guess the question is like, are we judging it as a whole, or is it a specific?
You neglect Dustin Rhodes also has face paint.
But that's why I went Goldust, because I think it's I think it's a bigger pool to pull from. But I guess you also bring my question to light. Are we judging the entirety of the career?
Well, I'm saying like he still rocks face paint.
Yes,
so
I know.
For many a year now, as Dustin Rhodes, including in WWE, I guess in the later part he never did. He was still Goldust.
Yeah.
But yeah, ever since out of it, like it's 7-ish years of AEW where he's wearing face paint. So
yeah,
I mean, how long was he Goldust for? It's almost half of that lifespan, because Goldust is 96 or so.
Let's see.
And then on and off. And then he was also Black Rain.
Yeah. Right.
And TNA, which also was face paint.
And 7. Was that a mask? Was that paint? I don't remember.
I think that was also paint. And that was a day. So the Dustin Rhodes of it all in the early days is far outshadowed of he's worn face paint the majority of his career.
Yes. Yeah, 95 to 99 as Goldust, returns in 2001 to 2003. So there's another 3. So you've got, there's his AEW run right there, not including his return to WWE 2005.
Wait, no, not his AEW run.
Yeah, meaning like the length of it. You said his AEW's been 7
I'm sorry,
years.
I thought you meant like that's when he left to go.
No. I'm saying like, because you said he's
about. What are you talking about?
You said he's about 7 years in AEW now. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you figure that's 7 years in WWE before he ever even comes back and has, post TNA from 2008 to 2012. Like, so yeah, I think Goldust is definitely the more prominent, obviously, but anyways, I still didn't get a clear answer. The question is this first category that we're looking at is,
I'm saying you could say
look,
Dustin Rhodes,
right.
But if you want to do Goldust,
do
Goldust.
Goldust / Dustin Rhodes. I mean, that's fine. I like it. Now for his look rating, he had a lot of looks. Some of them were better than others.
Yeah, well, in the Goldust of it all, I think that, the early days with the robe and and all that helps. When he just started wearing the onesie and coming out and going like, yeah, I got no extra stuff. I'm just this guy. It wasn't as enticing or fun.
But the makeup was better. The face paint was better during that era. But yeah, I missed the robe and the spectacle.
Yeah, when he just became more Darth Maul.
Right, sure. Gold Maul.
Yeah, he did get really good at it.
He also, his look as far as his build changed drastically. I think he started as like typical wrestler build, and then he got really big, and he, during the like Luna Vachon, wasn't there a whole era there?
You talking about his wife, Terry Runnels?
Oh no, was it Terry? No, who was what? Yeah, I can't remember who it was, who he was with, who he was like her gimp in the
Terry Runnels.
That was Terry Runnels
smoking the cigar.
Yeah, I forgot who that was.
And then was his ex-wife. Yeah, it's a giveaway with the last name.
I knew. No, you're misunderstanding me. I couldn't remember whether it was Terry or it was Luna. I know who Terry Reynolds is.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't remember who the woman was that it was paired with him. That's all.
China.
Exactly. So that was obviously not a great look. And that was when he got big, and he was, and then he comes back, and then he was like in the best shape of his entire life when he was doing the tagging with his brother and shit.
In the later stages, yeah, but he wasn't in the early stages of Goldust. He wasn't in terrible shape.
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying. He looked like a classic wrestler when he,
The only time that he was, I'd say, noticeably in terrible shape was when he was Black Rain in TNA. Like those are dark fucking times for him. That is, we avoided it because I don't know all what he was on and what he was doing,
right?
But he was big. I'm sure there was some sort of substance abuse, and I think we were lucky that we didn't lose a wrestler in that time frame of something, because he also sounded like he was very depressed a lot of the time because his ex-wife China, Luna Vachon, Terry Runnels, it wasn't going well, and he has a kid and all that stuff. So for him to come back and do all that, he looks great. I won't count the bad looks amongst that because the majority is
right. Yeah.
Of Goldust of like looking good and striking and very. I'm trying to think what the best way to phrase it is. Like, it's very prominent. Like, who Goldust is. There's no questioning whether or not that is Goldust. So I think a look wise at his peak and everything, and with the wig.
When he first starts,
wig and the robe and all that, like that gets it to an 8.
There's also a point of, we've mentioned this before where like there's certain wrestlers who, not just the entrance, because the entrance obviously helps, but you can't stop looking at them throughout. Like then Goldust is the epitome of like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And there's definitely like, there's a spectacle to just the solid gold, and he's bald, and he takes the wig off and he's bald, but it's all gold, and he's wearing this tight, like sparkly outfit,
shorn head, or he's got the fuzz. He's always got the fuzz going. Probably keeps the wig in place real well.
Yeah. I mean, I think I agree. I think I put him at an 8. And I think that when he is at his healthiest, he looks even more amazing, because it's this strange thing to see a grown man, even when he moved on from the role.
So tall and lean.
Yeah. When he's wearing the like pleather cat suit, but he's also like, you could tell he's jacked. Like, it's just odd. It's really odd, but in a way that's kind of fantastic. So yeah, I think 8's fair. I think maybe like, again, if we were judging like a bell curve of everything, we're not going to judge him at his worst, because there were definitely times where his physique was not great, but I think when I think of him in my head, I don't think of him in that. I don't look at it like, I don't visualize him in that way. I visualize him. Yeah. Promo. Now, I mean, here's a guy who they gave a whole lot of different stuff to. And we've talked before about there's somebody who can connect, and there is somebody who is just a good actor who does the thing that they give him well. And those two things don't always overlap. That's not necessarily a circular Venn diagram. There are things that he did where I went, he was great in that thing that was terrible.
Yes.
And then there
is a large part of the Attitude Era.
100%. And I feel like they show clips of like the stutter and all that stuff. And I'm like, was this all when I wasn't watching? Like there's things that I don't even recall ever happening.
It's beyond a stutter. It's like Tourette's.
Right. Oh yeah. Cause he got electrocuted. Yeah. That's how that works.
So going back, it's starting with movie quotes, right? It's the promos that they're thinking of on the road and incorporating 2 or 3 movie quotes per thing, right? Like famous movie quotes, and work that in and being very slow, being very seductive, and it evolves. Like it could have just been that forever, which is jumping to somebody else here. Why I always go, oh God, the Undertaker promos are stupid.
Right.
And they remain stupid.
Right.
And limited.
They stayed one note for a very long time. And Goldust was able to evolve, right?
When he's the dead man,
right,
and talking to James Ellsworth, he's going to dig his hole and suck his soul. It like Goldust could have been that forever.
Right.
He could have taken movie quotes forever and just been one note, and he didn't. It changed, and I think one of the things was the being the outrageous character that gets electrocuted and has Tourette's, and is outlandish, like opens something up. First off, it got him on Howard Stern of all things. Howard Stern was saying like it's his favorite character that he's ever seen in wrestling. Jeez. And there he is like having this fucking platform to be like, Goldust is now on there. It's not the character that is what you would think would be the one where it's like homoerotic and like touching wrestlers that would get him on Howard Stern.
Sure, right.
It's he just says crazy shit. I love him.
And that was that era too, where it was shock TV. Yeah.
Well, we're kind of getting out of that. This is Evolution era. This is the early aughts.
Okay.
And then we get into unlocking this fucking magic duo of him and Booker T.
Right. Yeah.
And then he just starts making wonderful comedy segments, and he turns into one of those characters of, well, we got to get him on screen with everybody. Hey, Rock is here this week. Holy shit. You got to get Goldust and Rock on screen. You got to throw him in with everybody, because every time people love whatever Goldust is going to do. So he was able to become a comedy character after what could have been a gimmick battle royal character.
100%. Yeah. And in a way that didn't feel like it was forced on the fans, that the fans accepted it, whatever it was.
Yes.
And then went along with that in the same way that like New Day got funny versus like, oh, we're going to cram this thing down your face because we think it's good TV.
And he's not a mockery of his old character. It's not everything he's doing is to get a gay joke out of it.
Right. Yeah. In that sense, he was very good at evolving and changing what Goldust was as a core concept, you know?
So while it's different, it's not the days of he's going to talk you into the building like his dad.
Right.
He's not telling you how it's, I'm doing it for the people. I'm doing this. He's getting you to watch the show on a consistent basis because you go, that dude's funny.
He's one of, if not the best supporting characters of the TV show of wrestling of all time.
Yes. So I think that is its own promo, like high class skill.
100%. And also, it should be said that he's not incapable of what Dad did, because we would see at times
he wasn't in that role.
Yeah, exactly. When he's given the opportunity to shoot or whatever you want to call it as a wrestling nerd, like he's great. You know, I think the irony is that like the like promo package style of the early AEW stuff like didn't really speak to me, despite the fact that he was really good at it.
Yeah.
Because it almost felt like it was during that era of like everybody does a video on Twitter when they get fired. You know what I mean? Like it was that vein of like we're just seeing this with everybody, and so it got lost in that shuffle. But
I've heard him talk about it where he's saying like he basically grew to be comfortable to do this because he was thrown in the spotlight so early, so young,
right?
When he wasn't comfortable in his own skin, but being in someone else's skin, the Goldust character, like he was able to just sort of, when he needed to be Dustin years later, he could do it.
And he was very good at merging the two.
Yeah.
Like when he was tagging with his brother and they were doing the Blood Brothers or whatever the hell that was called, like he was still the Goldust character, but he was clearly just, he was implementing a little bit more human into it, a little bit more dust into it.
So I'd say give him another.
I was thinking he's right up there at 8 again.
Yeah.
Wrestling. Goldust is going to end up being one of our highest things. Like when you break it down this way, you realize how good some people just are. Because I think he's an exceptional wrestler. I think he's so good at ring psychology. I think he's great telling a story. He's got there are signature motions and like staples that I think get tired with anybody who's been wrestling for that long.
Yeah.
But he does a really good job of incorporating them in ways that don't feel like the John Cena ducking under the right hook kind of thing. Like, here's the thing. It's like, he still surprises me with the drop down slap instead of the back body drop. Like he still finds ways to get his shit in places that don't feel like, all right, I know now the next 3 moments of the match.
I am disappointed in his later years that he does the Canadian Destroyer.
Oh my God. I forgot that's the thing he started.
And that he doesn't put people away with it.
Yeah. Well, he's assimilated. He's assimilated into the indie. Yeah. I agree.
I don't think he's my opinion, I don't think he's an exceptional wrestler. I think he's always a steady wrestler.
Yeah. He's like he's a workhorse kind of guy.
But a lot of times I'm like, oh, he was really good, but I don't often think he was really great. I think circumstantially with his brother during that WWE tag team run when it was like stuff with the Usos, that was great. A lot of the times I think Goldust was just good. And I like the matches and everything. So that's what I'm thinking, like 7.
I argue that he might be just a better tag team wrestler. Like, I think there's something about his psychology, because all of my favorite things I can think of with him are him with another person in some way.
Yeah, but even still, like the stuff with him and Booker, it's like, it was good, and we want to see them win the tag team titles, but those matches were good and not great.
Yeah, I think you said 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would say 7, 7.5. I can concede to just a 7, but yeah, I think that like
he's not bad.
No,
he's
and I think
steadily good.
there is a facet of these ratings where we've talked about in the past to try to attempt some consistency, where there's the good wrestlers and then there's the wrestlers who create moments. I think that's the next echelon. Like the 8 to 10 are the wrestlers who you can remember moments of matches because they did a good job of building to those, versus just guys who are technically efficient at doing the job of wrestling a wrestling match. And I think he's right on the cusp of that. So that puts him at a 23. I think that sounds about right, because he's right around Christian, who is at 23.5. Gunther is at a 23.5 in our ratings. Rosemary's at a 23.5 in our rating. So he's in that same space. Abyss, Xavier Woods, those are all 22.5. So yeah, he's right in the middle there. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Who do you got next? I forgot that we
whammy.
We always go really long on these episodes because we talk too long about each person, but that's okay. It's a little special.
Well, that's why I'm going to hit you with a double whammy.
We're going to 2 for 1?
Yeah.
Are we doing a tag team?
Demolition.
Alrighty. So,
and no, sorry, Crush. We're not talking about you. We're talking about Axe and Smash.
And now we are rating them exclusively as a tag team, not as individuals. I'm asking.
Well, what I'm saying is we can do Axe and Smash.
Great. Oh, okay. So you do want to do them separately. All right. I have to remember the distinction between them. You're going to have to take over for this one. Axe,
Christ.
Smash. Let's do it. No, let's do them separately. Let's do 2 for 1. I like it. Axe and Smash.
Axe and Smash, Demolition. Sorry, we have to leave the theme song out of it, even though that's a fucking 10 right out the gate. So certainly bias growing up and that being what was the substitution for, Legion of
LOD,
Doom.
yeah.
That I didn't see those guys. Saw them in the magazine, but I'm like, oh, these guys are fucking way cooler. Heavily into them, like that was the era growing up, and that was the cool tag team. They were bad guys and then became good guys, and then I just think start with the look, right? Like I know you and Alexandra joke and call them the leather daddies. But
it's just
what is Shawn Michaels really? Come on.
Yeah, but Shawn Michaels didn't have
fucking assless chaps.
He didn't have. Yeah, but don't get me wrong. That's the bottom half of the outfit, but the bottom half of the outfit is less like S&M than the top half of what they wore. But he
shows up. He's like, "Oh, better get to the ring for my match. Better put on my assless chaps."
He was a cowboy
ring gear
from Texas.
A rocker?
Yeah.
He was never a cowboy.
But he's from Texas, and that's where they wear assless chaps. Also, most chaps are assless, if we're being totally honest with you. All right. Here's the thing. Is when it comes to the look.
This is coming off Road Warrior.
Yeah, we have to judge it of the era specifically because it's straight out of it's the dude from fucking,
Road Warrior.
Road Warrior. Like they look
iconic
fucking
bad
insane.
Guy.
Yeah.
You got a little sense of like Jason Voorhees with it too, because it's just that like the black mask that they're coming to the ring with.
Right.
So then what was always fun is like they're coming to the ring, they got the fucking studs on everything, the little spikes and black, and it shines. And with the days of that, we love that flash photography hitting.
No.
So they're coming to the ring, so that would give off some glare, some what do you call it with the light flare?
Lens flare. Yeah.
Lens flare.
Yeah.
And then when they hit the ring, they then remove the masks together.
Yeah.
And then you see the paint, and the paint wasn't always the same.
No, they didn't have like a universal, like Ultimate Warrior style, like this is what it looks like.
They had a style that they hit on after a while, where it was like a similar look of what the foundation of the paint was in.
Right.
But then the colors would change, or there'd be little variations.
Right. Well, because I think Axe was always the more simpler of the two. He had like things over his eyes, and Smash was like bunch of stripes. I think Smash was the one that was always a little bit more intense of a paint.
It's a more of intense of a paint. It's not really stripes. It's almost like something,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Claw and tore out a chunk of his face.
Right. Let me look up photos for myself.
So
here.
Axe was usually like a silver base, and then it's like a red and some black outlines to it.
Right.
Like the iconic one is you're going to see this yellow background.
Oh yeah. Yep.
With the tag team titles. Like that was the one that was on the posters. That was magazine cover. Like that was a go-to. That's the typical iconic look for
it's probably,
Axe and Smash.
that's probably what they look like in the video game and in the action figures.
Yeah. That's the one everybody thinks of. That's the height of the popularity.
So
you got the gauntlets, you got all that cool shit on them.
Let me ask you this, okay? Because you've got the look is iconic. We get it. It's again, talk about pro wrestling in the 80s or whatever the hell this
is.
Yeah,
that's right. Of the era.
But does one of them have a better look than the other? Because I will say the hair does affect them. And I think that, and I don't know if it was always the same, but I think
their hair is slicked back, and they used to be a piece of shit.
Wait, what?
Oh, going off of I think you should leave.
Oh, gotcha.
This is pushback. This is not slick back.
Axe went with like the flat top. But
no, it's not a flat top.
It's just slick back.
Yeah, it's slick back. It is
You're
longer
right.
hair.
You're right. Yes.
It's like a medium length hair.
Yeah, it's not a mullet like Smashes as a mullet.
He's like rocking a Gordon Gekko, basically.
Yeah, sure. You're not wrong.
The face paint is distracting.
Yes. Whereas Smash has like the mullet with the long hair, skullet, because I was going to get there. I was like, mullet. But his hairline is receded so high that it kind of makes him look more insane. And I argue that Smash has a slightly better look than Axe.
I totally agree. Smash is the more
I love it when we can agree on something.
One.
Sure.
Because Axe, well, we'll get to the promos, but there's a distinction there as well. You get the sense of like Axe is the more mature leader, more grounded one of the two. And then
Right.
Smash is like, yeah, but I'm fucking out of control. Like, uh-huh. And he's never
He's the
like
wild
wrangling
card.
him. He's never going like, hold on, Smash, we got to think about things here. But it's
Now just you wait a minute.
The look plays into both the characters. Like it doesn't disagree with one another.
Right.
So yes, both looks, I'd say, for Axe look wise, I think I'd go.
And they're also two big, giant, burly men, which is definitely part of it. And they're not bodybuilder burly. They're not like cut. They're like big, strong, like the wrestlers used to look before.
I think I'd go 7.5 for Axe, and
8 for
maybe
Smash.
Smash. I'd go 8.
I'll take it. I agree.
Okay.
This I can't speak to a ton. Promo, I just don't have strong recollections. I'm gonna have to follow your lead on this.
Promo was they were yelly shouter 80s wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Axe's was more subdued. It was more gruff and loud, a little yelly.
Okay.
It's all like, oh, let me tell you something, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and this is what's gonna happen. And then Smash would like
Scream.
go up a notch.
They were like Brett and Anvil in that way. But
Well, no. Brett would be like, we're gonna Jimmy help.
Jimmy. Okay, never mind. Bad example.
But Smash he's a higher octave. He's a notch louder, and he's just more intense, but not too crazy. But again, like 80 rock star hype machine. So I think I felt like I liked when Smash talked, but Axe I understood a little bit more. Like
Got it. Right.
The one that drew me in. So
well, because it was like slight bit of a real person versus the 80s cartoon character, probably.
Yeah. And it's more the cartoonish promo. We're gonna beat you up. We're gonna smash you. We're gonna do all that. So it's nothing fantastic. It's not like, oh man, you got to go back and watch Demolition promos. You usually got them in the right before the match. That was the WWF style back then of,
yes.
All right, well, let's go to Demolition in the back, and they're right before their match. They're saying a thing, you're hyped up, and then they go.
Right.
So perfectly serviceable. Nothing extraordinary.
So are we in the 5.5 to 6 range? The efficient but unexceptional?
I think like 6.5 or 7.
Okay. And are they both the same? Or do you give Axe the slight edge because you thought he drew you in more?
No, I think it's just personal preference.
Okay.
I think they were on the same level of like, no one's outdoing the other one. They just had enough of a like, hey, you're salt, I'm pepper. We go together.
Okay.
So
who was Spinderella? Is that Crash? Or was it whatever his name was?
Spinderella?
Yeah. Salt, pepper, and Spinderella? Never mind.
Oh. Look, only Salt and Peppa were on Saturday Night Live with Patrick Stewart as the host, so I don't know who Spinderella was because he didn't say their name.
She's always there. She doesn't get any credit for fucking
Salt and Peppa.
So 7 for both then?
I'm okay with 7.
Okay. That might be a little bit high for me as far as what I do recall.
I'll let you have a 6.5, totally blissfully ignorant on the promos.
I think only just because I think in comparison to previous ratings, you've always said that like even a 5.6 is someone who's good at what they do because yeah. So I think 6.5 is maybe a little bit fair based on other ratings we've given. Wrestling. I mean, weren't they the longest reigning tag champs of all time for a long time?
Yeah.
But was it because they were good? Is it because they were booked that way?
I'd say yes and yes. Again, serviceable wrestlers. Like they
era
played into the style they would do. I certainly loved the signature way that they would with Gorilla talking about like tag teams. You got to cut off the ring,
right?
And when they would bring a guy into the corner, it was a series of like. It wasn't punches, it was clubs.
Yeah.
It was often clubs, and
they
were so good at it.
Yeah.
Of like double axe handling, like guys on the neck, the shoulders, the back, and then working them down like it's chopping down a tree, and then would get them to the ground. And then when they would double team and do the same thing, it was unique. But that was the big standout. And the finishing move was super cool too, with the like holding them on the knee for, like after you've done a backbreaker.
Right.
And then Axe coming in off the middle rope and doing an elbow drop. And the guy kind of spinning from that out of there.
There was a little bit of chaos, like not quite the Doomsday Machine chaos, which is, but like, yeah.
Safer for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks devastating still. So again, like serviceable, really fun, but like I like a lot of their matches.
Right.
And I don't revisit them all the time, but when I see one, I know I like it. So again, like 6.5.
I think that's on par with what we've been doing. I think 6 is kind of on par with some other stuff.
Yeah, the promo more exceptional than the wrestling.
Right. I mean, we gave Goldust a 7 for wrestling, and I definitely think there's a gap between those two, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that puts Axe at 20.
Because we're not putting Repo Man in this mix.
No.
We're just talking Smash.
We're putting Axe at 20 and Smash at 20.5. So they're both sitting right next to each other there.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign of a tag team. It means that nobody was the clear standout.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, there's so many here. Let's do somebody who I think might be, it might be hard for us to come together on, because I think we have two different opinions of.
All right.
I'm just making sure we haven't done this person, which I don't think we have. Let's talk current generation ladies, Asuka.
Ooh.
You don't get as many lady face painted wrestlers as you do the gentlemen.
I mean,
because they don't want to cover up the money.
Face paint in the long run.
You're not the way that WWE has been doing it for the past 10 years. Yes. Yes, it is.
Michelle McCool is a face painted wrestler.
There was a brief period there, right around the time that we started Palskis on Dragon Wagon, that you guys started coming to the original Dragon's Den. Because at that same time, I was producing the Women's Wrestling Friends show as well, not on the network, but I was just recording it for them. And they spent a lot of time talking about the makeup team. And it was a lot of like, what are we doing? That was like most of the conversation. And it really kind of highlighted to me just how bad whoever their makeup or their glam squad, whatever they called it was. Okay. It was just like too much, just way too much. But anyways,
don't need a hammer and a chisel to take it off at the end of the night.
Yeah. Asuka. I mean, if we were judging just the face paint, fucking love it. I love it. I love that it's insane and chaotic and that she wears a little mask. Just like Demolition. I love when anybody wears a mask, takes the mask off, and there's still a mask there.
Like, hi, I'm still nuts.
I love that. That's fun.
I appreciate of her makeup that it is not of someone else's. It is not.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's somebody else's face paint. I took that.
Yep.
Because, I don't love the green mist because it feels like, why does she have that?
Completely agree.
Because she's Japanese.
Yeah, because we ran out of ideas for Japanese wrestlers.
But the face paint is uniquely hers. Yeah. The initial one that was introduced to a lot of people like myself in NXT.
Right.
And then when it was the throwback of like, it's kind of the old Smash look, right? Like it's kind of
a little more chaotic.
This tear of the face.
As
but
far
they're
as
distinct, they're good.
Yeah. As far as the overall look, I mean, I fucking love her. I think she is. I think, and this might just be because of Japanese trends that took longer to get to mainstream American audiences. I feel like she kind of she came in, especially during that NXT era, and obviously at that point she wasn't super face painted. She just had like the line and whatnot. But her whole look of the like multiple layers. Alexandra used to call her the what's that artist from the 80s and 90s? Fink? Or no, god damn it. She's a female artist.
Dwight Yoakam.
She had like a bunch of like everybody had like trapper keepers that were all these multiple colors.
Tiffany.
No, I don't know. It doesn't
Debbie
matter.
Gibson.
Not a musical artist, an actual artist, a fine artist.
Oh, you talked about that before. Lisa Frankenstein.
Lisa
thing,
Frank.
Whatever.
Lisa Frank. Lisa Frankenstein. Yes, Lisa Frank. So I love that Alexandra, who not a wrestling fan, immediately was like, oh, I love this woman. She looks like an old Lisa Frank designed her outfit. She's got a thong on the outside for some reason. She's got straps hanging off.
That's
I think
what Shane Hartline has pointed out to me countless times of why the fuck is her thong on the outside of her pants?
Superman's got his underwear on the outside of his.
It's not a thong.
Well, it's still
and why
underwear.
You say that's his underwear? He's not from here, dude.
It's outerwear, obviously. Oscar's not from here either. I don't know. All I'm saying is that I fucking, in the sea of what that NXT talent looked like at that time, Oscar was like a breath of fucking fresh air. And I think now other people are starting to look more and more like Oscar. So her look is feeling less unique. But I kind of look at her and I go, oh, well, she was the originator to me, like, as far as what this is now. In fact, my issue that I have with a lot of like the women's ring gear is like there's too much stuff going on. Never had that problem with Asuka because I felt like she came in a time where that was what she was doing.
Her having too much going on is what the look was.
Yes. Because it was like she is, as a wrestler, and we'll get there, but like she is a frenzy. She's this insane, crazy, and her look matches that because it's almost hard to like process what you're seeing. I also love her build. I love that she was never a waif, and she looks threatening in the landscape. Obviously, nowadays there's new people who've come along who are also a big power. I think that women's wrestling has just gotten better as far as having a variety of look. But
yeah, did you see the Women's Royal Rumble?
No, I did not.
So unique.
Oh, everybody was wearing their Saudi outfits. Yeah,
except for Sal Ruka.
I saw that. In the chat, you said, Lucas says, Quailman wears his undies on the outside and his belt on his head. I don't know. All I'm trying to get at is that I give Asuka a pretty high looks rating. I think, like, who she is from the back of the arena. She's unique. When she comes out in the big robe and with the mask, like, it's like, who the fuck is this? She has all of those things that we generally rate kind of high.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, she's her like body type and her build has changed throughout the years, but never to a point where she didn't seem like she was still a fighter.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
I don't know. I think I kind of put her up there in this. She's kind of in the same category as Goldust for me. I think she's like an 8 or an 8.5. Maybe she gets a little bit of an edge. I think she might even get an edge. Might be an 8.5 because of the uniqueness of the other women around her.
I'll let you have it. I'm feeling generous. I'll let you have that 8.5 for Asuka.
Now this is where we're gonna.
I agree with all your points.
Now this is where we're gonna differ the most, I'm sure. Promo. I love her so. I love her screaming in a language that I don't understand. I get it was tougher when she was they had her start doing English promos more. That was less good.
Yeah.
but I think for my less good, it was still higher for me than it was for you.
Yes, I would agree with that. There is something, I think, fun at times when you are speaking in your own language and doing that, but I can't say that I'm overall like enthralled because I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Right. It's more about like the emotion. Like you can see and feel the emotion. It's like,
yes,
it's like I can tell she's a good actress. I have no idea what she's saying.
If you lived in Germany and they're like, here's Ultimate Warrior promos,
right?
It could be no different than what Asuka's doing. Like,
you're 100. That is the best argument you have ever made on this program. You're 100% right.
I don't know.
And I would rate his promos as terrible.
But yeah, he's an exceptional of like terrible, but I can't stop trying to not figure out what the fuck he's talking about. But it could be gobbledygook. I don't know.
Right. No, you're not wrong.
Because then when I talk this way for you, it's like, all right, that was fine. When she has those,
right. She does. I will say she has figured out a fun little like English phrase cadence with the nobody's ready for Asuka, like that.
Yes.
She took that, which I thought was great because one, it probably helped with her pronunciation because it's probably hard for her to say that fast. She turned it into a L.A. Night. She turned it into a fucking shtick.
Yeah, it's enough of a catchphrase. It's like,
yeah.
All right, I give you points for a catchphrase.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like promos overall, like,
no, yeah.
That's a little tough. Like,
throw a number
she's
out.
certainly entertaining.
100%.
She's not constantly shit in the bed.
I will say, I'm always in. This is where I think maybe I'm arguing myself for slightly lower than I originally would have for promo for her. Is I'm never upset when I realize she's gonna say something, but I usually feel like it always goes on too long, which means that whatever's happening, usually I've lost interest. Now that also comes with the people she's speaking with, obviously. Whenever there's like,
to unfairly compare two Japanese women's wrestlers in WWE.
Okay,
I think they serve Asuka better with like, hey, scream Japanese some, and then say a little bit in English, and let's move on.
Yeah.
Compared to Io Sky, what I tend to see when I see Io Sky is like long video package with subtitles.
Yep.
That goes on and on. It's like, well, this is just too much.
And that part of that, I know that I'm going backwards. Part of that, I think, is why I gave her that extra 5.5 in look, because I don't think you need to sell Asuka as hard as you need to sell Io.
Correct.
Because you see Io and you go, well, you need to talk this up. But you see Asuka and you go, this bitch gonna fucking kill somebody.
Yeah, this one's crazy. This one's double dicking all day long.
So where are we at? 5.5? Where are you thinking? Where's your brain at? Throw a number at me.
I go 5.
5? You know what? I'll give you that. And it might be unfair. If you're listening to this and you understand Japanese, you're like, she's the best promo of any Japanese wrestler ever, then we apologize. But
great. Then become a video editor and start putting subtitles on what she's saying so we can look and go, that is pretty good.
Now, wrestling. There's other people that we've spoken about a lot on these episodes where Asuka has suffered from the WWE way. Maybe not personally or for the longevity of her career, but as a wrestling fan, early WWE Asuka matches, in my opinion, were fucking must-watch wrestling. Like, she was so intense, so fast, so aggressive. I believed everything she did, even silly shit, like throwing her butt and doing hip, whatever you call them. I do think that her wrestling has gotten worse. To the point where... Like
a Natalya type thing?
Exactly. The difference, I think, is with Natalya, I think it was more...
Not Natty, because she's different now.
Is she? I think with Natalya, it wasn't necessarily the WWE style as much as I think complacency, or maybe it is. Maybe they're the same thing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think I'm gonna say words now.
Tamina.
I place more blame in the hands of the WWE system and Asuka's, degradation than I do in Natalya. I blame Natalya more than I blame Asuka, and I blame WWE more, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I'd like to be able to think that. I feel like in the current regime that I see what goes on shows and when people have large featured matches, like, I don't think anyone's telling them don't do things.
Right.
So I can't speak to it, whether it is like, oh, all that shit hurt me. We wrestle too much on the road and I can't keep up that stuff. But I don't think she's adapted a style to keep up what she was of. You can wrestle a simpler style and still be exciting or engaging or hard hitting or whatever those attributes would be that you go like, she's still got these and these are high level marks that it's now like, oh, it's fine.
You know what? It's kind of like the Nikki Cross problem of like, oh, your character matches your wrestling style. And the problem is your wrestling style doesn't have longevity. And so you can't be this character. Like at some point, the two things are going to be at odds with each other long enough or one of them has to break first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I still get excited at the idea of an Asuka match still, though. Like, I like the idea of seeing her in a one-on-one and seeing but I definitely think that the luster's worn off a little bit for me, despite that she's probably
The consistency isn't there.
Yeah, she's probably in my like favorite female wrestlers. If we had to pick the two categories of men and women, like she's up there for me. I fucking really love Asuka. She's one of my favorites of all time for the ladies. So because of that, I tend to go like, yeah, she's fucking great at this, even if there's, changes along the way.
But is there more? Was she consistently Jesus, Tamina?
Oh, I gave it to you. I handed it off.
Blah. Is there more good than bad?
I think there is.
Even now, or
I think
that's bad is incorrect for Asuka.
Right.
Is just like lacking. Like it's just kind of like, oh, it's middle of the road now.
I don't. I think
road, or is
no.
more?
I think I think the problem is she started so high. The bar was so high when she started that the degradation has made it. She's still, I think, above average personally.
Okay,
but she's just a shade of her former self. So I think that's what it is. It's the, if you go from a 9 to a 7, that's really noticeable. If you go to a 6 to a 5, it's not as noticeable.
Yes,
that's what I'm getting at. So. I don't know. Where are your thoughts? You throw a number out. I've been throwing numbers for her. Let's see if we agree.
For the most part, like I've liked Asuka. I agree with the early on from what I had seen. It's just like, oh, she's really, really good. And then it just didn't become as exciting to me. I think it's the same thing. I like the packaging when it comes out, and then I go, okay, that I'm never really wowed, but I don't think anything's terrible. It's not like it's kind of the Naomi problem where we go, oh, she looks really awesome, but why does she fucking do goofy dance shit all the time? Also,
Asuka's very good at making it seem like a fight when things don't go well.
Yeah.
Whereas other women that she has competed against haven't risen to that occasion.
So I think I'm in the 7.
I think I'm right there with you. I think 7 is fair. I might give her a slight more than that, but you gave me the 0.5 earlier, so we'll go with 7. Yeah, I probably go 7.5, but I think we're on par. That puts Asuka right there with Axe, or right there with Smash at 20.5.
Okay.
All right. You gave a double dose, so should I throw another name and then we'll let you pick our headliner?
Sure.
God, there's so many people I wrote down. Let's see. Have we done this person yet? I think we should definitely do like a big main, like people who you think of. Okay. So, let's do Jeff Hardy. We haven't done any of the Hardys.
So you're talking like that
Jeff Hardy has a
black light paint as well.
Yeah.
He's like rubbing his face. You're like, what are you doing? Gets them black light.
Oh, it's a whole other stuff there.
Later, he's like got his eyes closed and walking through the impact zone with the eyes shut, so you can see the painted eyes.
His eyes on his eyes, but he can still see because you can still see the eyes.
And then the half paint's like, yeah, there's a lot of. He's a very painted man. Matt can't do it.
No. He's allergic.
Close. All right.
Lucas in the chat, is Samoa Joe on your lists? I mean, he qualifies. I have a lot of names written down here that we're not going to get to in this episode, but that's right. Eventually, here's the thing: is we've done, I don't know how many of these we've done, maybe 6. And in my little list, I write the episodes that we talk about them in. Yes. And we've never done a 2 yet. We've only done 1s. So maybe we should come back and do a 2 of one of the categories we've done so we can keep elaborating on them.
I see.
Jeff Hardy, look, I mean, was never the biggest guy. That was sort of part of the appeal to me as a young person. One of the reasons I loved him so much was because, oh, look, he's little compared to everybody else. He's still huge compared to me, but little to everybody else. He tapped into the, post grunge. He was, him and Jeff were like what Raven was just years prior for like that, new metal Hot Topic era of emo. What grunge became. Yeah. He tapped into the Crow mindset in a different.
People don't understand
generation.
me. I'm an outcast. Like I'm unique. I like fishnets, but not where I'm supposed to wear them.
Yeah, only on I wear stockings on my arms. Oh, do they help you keep you warm? No, I put holes in them.
Yeah. I need a really long white towel for what? My back pocket.
Yeah. The UFO pants that were very distinct. Again, that was like they started wearing those and then they were all over. Everybody was fucking wearing those things after they debuted. And he kind of stuck to it. Yeah, there's been changes, but like he's kind of stuck to his look, broad sense. Not talking about Willow or, you know?
Yeah, there's always a mold to it. And I think it's part of him, like part of in the world of professional wrestling, certainly in the 80s or early 90s, you go, I don't fucking see it at all.
Right.
Right time, right place.
Yeah.
That there is an it factor to him where there is something about him. You go like, oh, that kid's
right.
There's something to him. And when he was able to tap into it with like early 99 or so, like the look of I'm a young kid and I'm different than everybody else.
Yeah.
It just worked, and it always worked.
And unlike
it never got outdated.
You know, it's interesting too, because juxtaposed to Goldust, who they went, here's a character.
And here's your onesie.
Jeff, it always felt very authentically him, like as a real human being. Now, that's not to take anything away from Goldust. In fact, I think that's an attribute. That's a testament to how good Dustin it was. He took something that was not at all who he was and just lived it and did it great. Whereas this felt authentic. It felt like this is just who these dudes were.
He's a weirdo North Carolina kid who loves wrestling so much that he became one.
He became a wrestling.
Because it's also that era of we're acknowledging that now. Of, hey, they were fans.
He grew up watching these people that he's going to wrestle now.
And he did it on a trampoline, and he painted his face with all these dumb characters like, I'm Voltage, I'm Wolverine.
Voltage. And accentuating the fact that like we don't want him just to be this really pretty, because he was also kind of a pretty boy. He was the guy that all the ladies fucking loved him. My sister, everybody was obsessed with him. All the girl wrestling fans I knew, he was the favorite because he was so hot and so cute, and he was in all the WWF magazine spreads.
Misunderstood.
But he didn't lean into the like pretty boy thing. He shaved his beard in a stupid way, and he dyed his hair 7 colors.
Anything he did the pigtails for a while.
Pigtails,
Anything he did is like he's still great. Really, he didn't fuck this up at all.
Right, and so I think he really built on what could have been you're too small. He undid all of that by making himself super unique. Yeah, I mean he's got a great. If we were judging both of them right now, I think he's definitely got the better look of the two.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think for as many looks as he's had and continues to do with face paint, without all that, it's high marks. I think 8.5 for Jeff.
Exact same thought. 100% agreed. That's exact. I wrote that down before you even said it because I wouldn't want to forget where I thought it was. Promo. Not the best.
His strongest attribute of them all.
Not the best.
Not this one.
I mean, it's so strange because it's the thing that he should be really, really good at, because he's like this expressive person, but I think.
And a musician and a lyricist.
Yeah, but have you heard his lyrics?
Yes.
Don't. All right. Don't. Andrew Beeler, I love you. Don't come at me. I know you like the Hardys just like I do, and you know that we love them. I don't think he's as deep as that maybe the wrestling hierarchy thought he might have been.
When there's like an energy to the camera being on, it's like, Jeff, you're mad. Oh, okay. I'm mad. I'm doing this. When you hear him just talk conversationally about something, characters, when he can have the time to stop and think about what he wants to say, or even like reset and do that, he's very engaging. He's very interesting.
Right.
That is never translated to any wrestling promos.
He's a bad actor. That's what happens when you when you see an actor and you go, hey, I had a conversation with you 5 minutes ago and you were great. And now I handed you these words to say and you sound like an idiot. What happened? It's Yeah.
At times, he's totally serviceable. Like it's a
Sure.
You're not talking to people in the building, but we like you. We know you. So we'll hear what you have to say for 30 seconds, but then wrap it.
I loved him during their TLC era of the 3 tag teams. I had no problems with them talking because they were quick, short little, segments that weren't long and drawn out. And I believed them right for the time.
He's got moments when he can do that yell or like with the match with the Undertaker, right? For the
Right.
Undisputed Championship with the
Right.
ladder match. And he's, hey, I'm going to beat you. Times like that, it's like, it works. It's fine.
Yeah.
He can, when he can at least tap into honesty, it's okay.
Right. I think that's
that's why he's not the worst.
No, and it might be his problem might have always just been writing more than his ability, maybe.
So I think 4.
I 100% agree. That's exactly where I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bummer that it is, but
never
been able to get any better.
Right.
When his brother did. Holy shit.
All right, let's talk about the Spot Monkeys wrestling, because this is I could probably argue to myself for like 10 minutes about this, because here's a guy who literally inspired a whole generation of wrestlers and a wrestling style that felt so unique to the time that nowadays when I watch something like AEW and I just go like, oh, this is stupid, I think, well, wait a minute, am I just being the older folks when I was obsessed with Jeff Hardy and I think he was great? Like, am I being a hypocrite here?
No, I think it's always when you see the inspiration without the substance, it's always missing something, right? Because you go, I'm going to do what that guy did. It's like, yeah, but you're missing why and how. And also,
of course,
Jeff Hardy, that I've got to include this in his wrestling, is one of the greatest sellers
of all time. Best bumpers, best seller.
But it's week to week. When you would watch weekly television shows and from Raw to SmackDown to everything, or if he's just on the one show, whatever happened the previous week, any match was then hanging on Jeff Hardy.
Yep.
That
taping
it was
up his ribs, taping up his arm. Yeah, absolutely.
And that he'd like come out and do his entrance and it's like, my shoulder still. And the commentators wouldn't always tell you like, oh yeah, that's right. His shoulder's a little fucked up. Like he would make you kind of believe and go, is he actually a little bit legit hurt?
And it wasn't always about him taking an ass kicking. Sometimes it was because the motherfucker jumped off some crazy shit last week and won a match, but he's feeling the effects because they really played up the risk taker part of the character.
Yes.
And it made the beginning of a match where he just gets clotheslined and winches. Winches with Winchell's donuts. A winch is in the front of a Jeep. It made that moment more powerful. And we just started the match 2 seconds ago. So yeah, I don't know. I think this guy's just a fucking great wrestler.
You believe. This is where he would make you believe and go, oh my God, is he okay? And of all the people, it almost does a disservice to wrestling, right? Because you see the craziest shit he's ever done, and he walks today, and he's not in a wheelchair.
And he's still wrestling.
He's still doing, for the most part, what he used to do.
Yeah, he's a little slower. There's some stuff that, from the current age where I'm like,
Swanton Bomb is different. He just lands on you now because he doesn't take that back bump.
Yeah.
He still can do all these things after the most horrific stuff. After we've seen who's notably like his famous rivals in these craziest matches, who had to retire because his neck was fucked.
Yeah, seriously.
Other people have retired several times over, and he never did once.
No.
So it's the fact that he keep going. He's always had exciting matches. He blends with everybody.
Yeah.
Which you also wouldn't think is
he
possible.
Does. Yeah, you're right. He has good chemistry with just about anything. I think it's like, that's because wrestling is just like in his blood, like as far as the muscle memory of how to do anything.
But also just sometimes you think styles would conflict with certain types of opponents.
Clash, you might say. Yeah.
And there are people that you go, holy shit. Like a potential contender for who we're going to talk about, Umaga. when Umaga's like, oh, he's a big beastly guy and he's coming out and they're trying to find, other than he's a threat. Him and Jeff Hardy was an instant like, holy shit, there's magic here. And you wouldn't necessarily think that on paper.
Right.
Jeff just had that way about people, and he has so many classic matches, and they are timeless and they can hold up. And sure, many of them can be on the slightly dangerous side, and you may not be your cup of tea, but it wasn't a big bleeder.
No,
but it's completely innovative, always interesting. This is high marks. This is like,
I agree.
This is a 9 because it's,
I completely agree.
It's not just singles, it's tags. He's been able to do both.
Yeah. And I think he brings, with considering the spot monkey bit that even they drew circles around it, he still never really did the like Canadian destroyer into a Falcon Arrow into a jump off of this, and then the match still goes. Like he did those things and it was over.
Yeah.
And I think that's the believability that you and I always talk about for the highest of marks.
Climax.
Yes, the highest of marks. When I look at all the people who we've given really high wrestling marks, the thing that combines that is the through line with all of them is that they all feel like this. They do a great job of making you feel like it's real, more so than just like, you know what I mean, just the selling. But like, oh no, this makes sense. Yeah, I completely agree. Unfortunately, that low mark in promo, it barely puts him among above the people that we spoke about today. But all right, who's our final judgment of the day? Before we get out of here,
it's a triple threat, man. One of the greatest painted faced wrestlers of all time. The Boogeyman.
You want to say it at the same time? I knew it. I was gonna say it at the same time. Oh, I knew we were going to get to him eventually. The Boogeyman, I wrote him on my list and I crossed him out because I was like, oh, Scott's going to do it anyway. The Boogeyman. But is that face paint or is that just his skin? He's the Boogeyman after all. He's not a human being. Maybe that's just the way that his skin is colored.
He doesn't have that much yellow in his face.
Okay. I mean, how do you judge the look of the Boogeyman? I mean, like, it's literally a fucking comic book character. It's a cartoon, just in reality, with no changes for reality. They didn't go, well, we have to make this more realistic. They gave him the giant clock. It's just, it's everything. It's the Papa Shango on steroids.
It's not. There's no Papa Shango in this at all.
Well, they're both like voodoo inspired is what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's like the idea of a character like that. That's better.
I don't even give the voodoo inspired. I look at the Boogeyman, other than like they had a stick that puffs out smoke, that there is no quintessential Boogeyman in pop culture. Right? Like we've had it in forums, like there's been the occasional Boogeyman movie. I think of our era, the Boogeyman and the real Ghostbusters cartoon was something that was weird and unique enough, but not like that ever just stuck around amongst many things that have a type, like a Frankenstein's monster or a leprechaun or things that we just go, oh yeah, I think of this.
It doesn't have an icon. Yeah, it doesn't have an iconography that you can just, if you said draw the Boogeyman, you'd be like, I don't know what the fuck to draw. So
as a blank canvas for this guy, Marty, I believe is his name.
Marty Supreme.
To go, okay, I'll come up with something. And this is OVW days, like with Jim Cornette and all that. So I don't know how many people could have been involved. This isn't a WWE creation. This wasn't a team like The Undertaker and Kane where they drew and came up with concepts and like, here, we're presenting you a shit.
Right.
He did it. He came up with these like this red base of a face, these black dots all around it. I know I'll get rid of my teeth that were probably knocked out at some point or whatever, but he goes, those won't be in. And I'll add fur, and there'll be a heart, and there'll be a clock that I'll smash. That'll mean something. I'll have a stick that'll shoot out smoke. All these elements of, yeah, this is what the boogeyman. And my head will be shaved with, except for the little snippet of like this little stripe of a mohawk.
He has a chevron on the top of his head.
All these elements you see so many beginnings of gimmicks or beginnings of looks, and you go, well, that's going to take a while.
Right.
I don't know how the fuck he came up with this at all. It all clicks to me. It certainly works. It is unsettling. Am I scared? No, but
right.
I think it does a great job in wrestling of the odds to be.
I'm just seeing a image. I would do like a Google image search, just look at more photos of him. And I'm just seeing an image that I don't think I recall a different version of him, maybe where he was like solid red with just like black ears and a little stripe down his face, like veins.
Yeah, not my favorite.
Not so good, but he's wearing like black contacts. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was smart on him to go with different looks and try and change it up.
Looks like that was WWE CW. It looks like maybe they tried something different, but yeah,
again,
I mean,
like
he's also
swinging for the fences.
Also, strip all of that away. This dude is just fucking yoked.
Yes.
He is just a monster outside of the gimmick of being a literal monster.
My God, like
if he just came out in trunks, if he came out in trunks, he'd probably get a 9. For, like, the dude has a great look.
Yes. So with all that, and then he's doing the fucking gyrating dance. He's eating the worms. Everything about it, the commitment of, I'm going to paint, I'm going to do all this stuff. I'm going to carry all this in my bag week to week and do all this. Like, it is outstanding.
Fucking
it is
eat
unique.
the goddamn worms.
Never can there be what there is of like a Doink the Clown, right? Where you go, well, we'll just take that model and we'll just throw it on somebody else. No one else can do this.
Except itty bitty boogie buggity or whatever his name was.
Sure, but that came,
Yeah. Listen, I throw a number out. I'm thinking of something, but
9.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's hard to say anything less than that, to be honest with you, because it's just, again, it's a cartoon character. It's the most largest to life on a guy who probably didn't even need it, which is what makes it even incredible. Yeah, it's crazy, and for the guy to make it, I'm sure there's always going to be people who are like, oh, the Boogeyman's stupid. Like, okay, yeah. Well, guess what? But, you could close your eyes, you can see him. Yeah. Promo. He's coming to get you. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. I like it. I like that he probably also looked at the landscape and thought of the other characters or spooky characters. And he's like, I'm gonna have my variations. It wasn't a Jake the Snake. It wasn't an Undertaker. It was, things were often low to start, and it was a creepy lullaby type vibe of like, you're silent and quiet, and he's laughing, and he had that really solid laugh. And then then I'm going to start fucking yelling at you. Yeah. Then it's the intense, like, I'm trying to scare you. And most of this vignettes with people in the back, like, we're scared. Trump and Cena, not so much, but hey. Right. Where are they now? He played with, I think, the scary, crazy character, and didn't do a flat out copy of anybody. Right. Yeah, it's you're not right. The greatest. It's an original creation. Yes. Yeah. And they would enhance it. They would do the music. They would do the lighting on top of it. Of course. Which, that's when we're getting into like, hey, well, let's be heavy with our production of, in the moment, some guy's backstage and then has everything. Cue my music. Like, yeah. For him, I feel it worked. I would have loved it if he just did it. But I guess they probably tried it and went like, nah, do it up. But I liked it. I think it was, again, didn't reinvent the wheel. Yeah, I think if anything, the problem is because of the character. And again, I can't really recall a ton of them or like a big boogeyman stories. But him and Booker T had a big thing with Charmel. And see, yeah, I'd be interested because I think that what probably hindered it more so was that it was more one note than it was bad. It's probably just that there wasn't a big variety in the promos, which is why it's not as good versus them being
character didn't evolve much.
Yeah,
right. I tagged you a while back because we talked
the
about
opposite of Dustin Rhodes, where Goldust, he kind of fell into the trap that Goldust avoided.
This was, hey, let's keep it limited because he's gonna say a couple things and then I'm coming to get you. One of my favorite things, and sorry to bring him up, and because the stupid no-selling asshole ruined it. Trump. I believe it's at WrestleMania where Trump's backstage and it's the Battle of the Billionaires. And they do a segment with Boogeyman. Like Boogeyman's there to freak Trump out. Like he comes up from behind the couch, the music's hitting, and Trump had said, like, can I get some food or something? And the Boogeyman comes up and he's doing the ha 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 ha. I'm the Boogeyman and I'm coming to get you some sandwiches. And then like goes away. He's going to go get you some sandwiches. Where he could even have fun with it and do it, and I felt like it still works. It's still in character. But hey, I think he gets a 0.5 no matter what for eating a fucking worm all the time.
So
that's part of a promo that no one else would ever do.
4.5, 5. Like where are we at here? We gave Jeff a 4.
I think I would have given him a 5.5.
Okay.
So I would lean towards a 6.
Really? Better than, all right. You think he's better than Axe or Smash?
Yes.
Okay, well, you gave them 6.5. This is where our system becomes a little bit more problematic when you start comparing too much.
Oh, I'm saying that because I love the Boogeyman so much.
I know.
I would give him 10s across the board.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I'll land with you on 6. I think that works. Wrestling. I can't tell you. I literally can't tell you. The Boogeyman character to me is not a match. He's a moment, if that makes sense. And so
a wrestling character. Yeah, it's what the Undertaker used to be.
Yeah, I don't.
Where
tell you.
he is not booked to wrestle great matches. He's not booked to wrestle long matches. He's a character, and I don't think he ever did anything to undo something or to go like, oh, that wasn't good. Again, jacked in the ring, totally believable, strong, hard hitting. I didn't like his finisher, but I don't always put that on the guy.
I don't even know what it was.
It's like
I can't even tell you what it was. Really? That was his finisher for the Boogeyman?
Yeah.
Did he at least shove worms in someone's face afterwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Made him eat worms.
All right. There we go. At least he did that.
So again, like I think it was fine. He probably could have done more, but it was never asked of him. So
yeah.
I can't give him lower marks because he didn't fuck things up. He was never unbelievable.
Yeah, he's in the serviceable category.
Like 6.5.
I'd probably say 6. I think he's probably on par. Yeah. Wow. So we pretty much gave every single person today the exact same rating.
I wanted to give Boogeyman a 10 for look, but
I mean,
you're that generous.
I was leaning 9.5 if I'm being totally honest with you, and then you said 9. I went, all right, sure, and I deleted my 0.5.
Sure,
but so all right, so of all the people we spoke about today, our highest rated, I think, fairly so, is Goldust, Dustin Rhodes, who ended up with a 23. Second from there is Jeff Hardy, who's at a 21.5. The Boogeyman's at a 21. Asuka and Smash are tied at 20.5, and Axe is at 20.
All right.
Let me see. I can let me sort my sheet here by overall total, so that way we can I can see kind of who's near other people. That's always fun for me to do. Let's see. Sort range. Sort by column. E. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I almost ruined the whole sheet. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that a sort? While I'm doing this, you want to thank our current Patreon Palskis, Scott Narver?
Yeah, of course. And don't forget, we have to pick a new champ.
Oh shit, you're right.
Or
well, do that. We'll do that after. Thank the current Palskis for now, and then we'll know who's in the running. It'll be like a teaser.
So thank you to all of our current Patreon Palskis. And if you painted your face, you get 10s across the board because you're all wonderful. Adrian Avina, Alex Pierce, Alice Rader, the current PWP champ, Andrea Beeler. Foley is God, Gilbert Short, Mass Llama, Michael Beltran, Mike Lucas, Suicide, Tim Bemis, Tim Redbeard, Tom Hader, and Tony Griggs.
Thanks to each and every one of you for your continued support of the program. Could not, should not, would not do it without you. I think you'll enjoy this. You gave, we ended up giving Crazy Steve and Boogeyman the exact same rating, as well as Lex Luger. Axe and I'm sorry, Smash and Asuka got the same rating as Kamala and Del Rio, just behind them.
Kamala.
And you gave Axe the same exact rating as Chris Benoit and Prince Puma.
All right.
Obviously, different categories skew things different ways, but overall, a highly rated day here. We didn't nobody was in the teens at all of our episode today. So clearly,
nice and generous today.
Paint your face, and you'll probably get a high rating.
Paint by numbers.
All righty. Let me close this out here so that I can head on over to the ever so important
DragonWagonShop.com, where you can get all your wonderful Dragon Wagon Radio merchandise of all your favorite shows, including Pro Wrestling Palskis, as well as many other shows that are throughout the era. There's stuff there available for gifts for yourself to treat yourself. If you have enemies that you want to make your friends, just go, hey, I buy you this. I buy you a hat from High School Never Ends. Here you go.
Alrighty. It is time. First episode of March. Time to see who our March PWP champ is. Once again, we must acknowledge Andrea Beeler, current PWP champ and most winning champ of all time. We'll see whether or not someone can dethrone Andrea, or if there will be
if she'll rethrone.
Let's see. And new PWP champ, Tim Redbeard. Oh, I didn't do the thing. Where's the thing? Oh man, I didn't have. For some reason, our battle royal that has a pin. Congratulations, Tim Redbeard, on your victory. This is Tim's
378th win.
First ever? No. First ever.
From my vantage point, it looks like you're looking out the window and not at the computer screen. Like,
I have another monitor.
Is this Tim Redbeard's?
I have a monitor right here. That's really funny. I like that I just got really pensive about it. Tim Redbeard looks like first ever championship victory for Tim Redbeard.
What?
Yeah. No. I lied. I was looking at the new. I forgot I started a whole new thing in 2025. So yes, he is this is his fourth victory, but his last victory was in I think 2022.
We had to go away and learn a new hold.
2023 was his last victory. So his first victory in 3 years.
Don't take any of these stats seriously.
But I caught up. Sometimes I continue to scroll down and I talk through it. We're all just having a conversation here.
Tamina does her stats here, so
you're a dick. Congrats, Tim. Thanks again to you and to Andrea and all of the Patreon Palskis. Again, you're literally the only reason we are doing this program. We love you and we appreciate you.
I'm doing it also because I got all these fucking microphones.
That's the only reason you need to do something with them. I bought all these microphones.
Yeah, I got this stand. I can't eat a sandwich off that.
That will do it for the program today. But before we go, I just want to remind everybody
turn in your homework
that we have the hotline 747-666-5606 if you want to call and tell us how we got all of our ratings wrong or comment on something.
We got Mania
ask
season
us a question.
Rolling along here. The internet community seems fairly upset about the booking of the matches that we have going on. Let's talk some Mania. Are you guys excited? Will you be watching 2 nights? Are you happy that it's returning to Las Vegas? The following year we'll be in Saudi. Like, any thoughts? Share.
You're saying
comment.
You're saying that the internet is kind of mania about mania right now.
More like the mania.
Mania. Once again, 747-666-5606. Or you can send a voice memo or any audio recording to hotline@pwpalskis.com, and we'll get that. And we'll play it right here on the show.
Send a message through Braille. We'll figure it out by the time Mania rolls around.
Matt Murdock can do it. Shouldn't be too hard.
Keith David.
Alrighty. We did it. Keith David. Anything else, Scott and Ivor? I think we succeeded at all of the things we attempted to do.
We did it. We did all the things. And for those of you who keep saying like, Scott, you should get a VPN. It sounds too complicated. I apologize.
Plus, he's gonna have to get a shot and clear it up. Nobody wants all those medical bills.
Yeah, I've already got a UPN, so I'm still not using that thing right now.
UPN 9. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Always a blast hanging out with you, the Pro Wrestling Palskis.
It's Dragon Wagon.